This is the amplified version of the Genesis creation. The original version was without voice impulse. For ease of comprehension with audience, hence this version. You will get the message as with the version without voice impulse. The amplified version only applied the use of vocal pause for greater ease of understanding. Now, the message. There have been several explanations to the book of Genesis 1, and there have been several facts not considered in them. As such, interpretations to the creation story have always been inconsistent with its reality. See the correct interpretation of the creation narration below. As you go through this message, the word or term earth will form the basis for curiosity. Therefore, to clearly understand this message, first delete from your mindset the word earth as our planet. Genesis 1 verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. In that beginning, the heaven and the earth were just sights. Genesis 1 verse 2. The earth was without form and empty, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. The deep was the water was the deep. The Genesis 1 verse 1 is a different creation / time from ours. We don't know how far away God did this before he did ours, but there is the implication that our universe was made from something which first existed, or rather say, which was first created. The span of time between our creation and the first creation is in -- years, which we cannot unveil. Our creation was the second creation. Genesis 1 verse 1 was the first creation, as we can tell from the scriptures. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. The earth was without form and empty until God formed our universe in it. It was from Genesis 1 verse 3 the creation of our universe began in the earth, and our planet did not exist until Genesis 1 verse 6, the second day into the creation of our universe. Genesis 1 verses 6 to 8. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters." And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. This was also the point at which all other planets were formed, but the focus on the creation story was on our existence. All the planets are in the firmament. They could only have existed through the creation of the firmament. Genesis 1 verse 2 said, "The earth was empty and occupied by water." The space opened up by the firmament was formerly water, empty and without forms. The stars, the sun, the moon, and others were all founded in the firmament. The firmament is our cosmos made within the waters of the earth. Genesis 1 verses 14 to 17. And God said, "Let there be light in the firmament of the heaven, to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons, and for day and for years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven, to give light upon the earth." And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater to rule the day, and the lesser to rule the night. He made the stars also, and God set them in the firmament of the heaven, to give light upon the earth. The ball of our planet was cut out from the waters of the earth of Genesis 1 verse 1 by the making of the firmament. When the ball of our planet was cut out from the big waters of Genesis 1 verse 1, it was 100% water. It was in it that God called out everything of our planet to become. Genesis 1 verse 9. And God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. Genesis 1 verse 10. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters he called sea. He then began to call forth the living creatures of the land and of the sea to become. When God had cut out the bowl of water of our planet from the earth that was the big waters of Genesis 1 verses 1 and 2, he formed solid ground on the ball of water and called it earth. This is where our misunderstanding had come from, that we are not translating the term earth properly. More also, it was the dry land the Lord called earth, not the planet. But our planet had from time got to be called earth from the name of the dry land. This is the true reality of the Genesis narration. It must have been difficult for us to realize that the earth in Genesis 1 verse 1 is not the planet earth, and so is the firmament the heaven of our planet, not the heaven in Genesis 1 verse 1. The Lord himself named the firmament heaven and our dry land earth, the names of the two sides in Genesis 1 verse 1. It was from a consign he did this. Find out about this consign in the content of the next episode titled, Where Are the Three Heavens? Share, like, comment on this video. Subscribe to the IM channel for more.